Okay, this is an example to show you how we use a titration calculation, and in this one we're going to find the missing concentration. So to do this we use our triangle, which is the amount, concentration and volume, which is our chicken vindaloo. And we need to remember that the units behind these, the amount must be measured in moles, so we talk about amount in moles. The volume, we have to be careful to make sure it's always in decimeters cubed. And to do that, any volume that's in centimeters cubed, we have to divide by 1,000. And the concentration, because this is moles and decimeters cubed, the concentration is going to be moles per decimeter cubed. So there's our units, there's our triangle. Here's the question. And so the question says, we have 25 centimeters cubed of magnesium hydroxide solution, and it's going to be neutralized by 15 centimeters of hydrochloric acid. The concentration of the hydrochloric acid is 0.25 moles per decimeter cubed. So it says, what is the concentration of the magnesium hydroxide solution? So the first thing is to take all this information and put it underneath the equation that we've got here for the reaction. So this is the neutralization equation. Let's put down what we know underneath. So the first thing we know is that we have 25 centimeters cubed of magnesium hydroxide, and it's neutralized by 15 centimeters cubed of hydrochloric acid, and the concentration of that hydrochloric acid is 0.25 moles per decimeter cubed. And it's asking us to calculate, so I'm going to just put that on here as well, to calculate the concentration of the magnesium hydroxide. So that sets out what we're trying to do. And the way we do this is as follows. Okay, so step one, we start with the chemical that we know two things about. So I know the volume for the acid, and I also know the concentration of the acid. So I'm going to start with my acid, my HCl. And what I need to do is find out how many moles there are in this 15 centimeters cubed, because it's this that has reacted with the magnesium hydroxide. So because I'm finding the moles, that's my amount. My amount is concentration times volume. So my first step is to find the amount, and the amount is concentration times volume. Using the information from here, my concentration is 0.25 and my volume is 15 centimeters cubed. Please remember this is centimeters cubed, therefore I've got to divide it by 1,000 to make it a decimeter cubed. Okay, so it's time to get your calculator out. So you're going to work this out on a calculator. When you do that, you come up with 3.75 times 10 to the minus 3, I'm going to have to squeeze it on underneath there, moles of the hydrochloric acid that has reacted in the 15. That's step one done. Step two, I now need to link my acid to my magnesium hydroxide in the equation. And to do that, I use the stoichiometry, the ratio between these two. And I can see that this is 2 moles of HCl according to the balanced equation. And here it's reacting with 1 mole of magnesium hydroxide. So that's going to be my stoichiometry, my ratio for this reaction. So I'm going to write down here that from that we've got 1 mole of MgOH2, magnesium hydroxide, and that's reacting with 2 moles of HCl. Now from what I've worked out, I don't have 2 moles of HCl. We've worked out we've got this many moles. So let's transfer that to here. So I've actually got this many moles of HCl. Now then, we've got to think a little bit. If I want to go back from here to here, it's a 2 down to 1, okay? That means I am dividing by 2. So I've got to do the same with this to get the ratio correct. So I've got to divide that by 2. When I divide that by 2, I'm going to get an answer of 1.88 times 10 to the minus 3 moles. Okay? Now then, this many moles, of this magnesium hydroxide are in 25 centimeters cubed. So I've used stage 2. We've worked out the moles in this volume that has reacted with the acid. Step number 3, I've now got to find out my missing value, which is my concentration. So step number 3, squeeze it on the bottom here, is find the concentration. So to find the concentration, I come back to my triangle. Concentration is the amount divided by the volume. Okay, concentration is the amount divided by the volume. So let's write that down. Concentration equals the amount divided by volume. The amount is a number of moles, so that's 1.88 times 10 to the minus 3. Let's be careful, we've got to divide it by volume. So in the question, it told us we had 25 centimeters cubed, but I must divide that by 1,000 to convert it to decimeters cubed. Again, get your calculator out to work this out, and it's giving me an answer of 0.075 moles per decimeter cubed. Okay, and that's my concentration of the alkali, the magnesium hydroxide, sorry, that's reacted with the HCl. That's to find the missing concentration. I'm going to do a second video, so please have a look at it, that allows you to find the missing volume. But it's a very similar process, we just want to find the missing volume this time. Okay, thank you, bye-bye.